Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel. This is Ephraim and you're watching Planting with Ep and Grace. Another day, another plant to discuss. Ito na naman ang inyong hardinarong kapitbahay nagsasabing, tara, usap tayo. Hi guys! Mabuhay! Welcome back to our channel. This is Ephraim, your hardinerong kapitbahay. Magandang araw mga kapuso, kapatid, kapamilya, at mga kapitbahay. Looking for an indoor plant is not that easy because one way or another, plants require some of factors such as light, water, nutritional value of the soil that are found mostly outside. And the only thing that we have to do now is to look for a plant that has high tolerance in these particular restrictions. Today, we are going to talk about one plant that can be placed inside our house with exceptional tolerance in low light conditions and nutritional value of soil medium. This plant is called Epipremnum aureum or NJOY. Okay? Epipremnum aureum NJOY. This is also known as the Pothos N'Joy. Okay, as you can see. And most of this Pothos N'Joy is one of the newer variety of variegated pothos available. Okay? For the homeowners, of course, to grow. NJOY is just as easy as to grow as the golden pothos, the jade pothos, and the marble queen pothos. It will definitely adapt and thrive in bright natural lighting all the way down to living in just artificial lighting in an office or inside our house. Now, also, it is very nice to put this particular NJOY in a decorative container. Okay? This Epipremnum aureum NJOY is an evergreen vine growing to 20 meters tall and climbing by means of aerial roots which adhere to surfaces. It is a popular house plant, of course, and the leaves are, as you can see, is a heart-shaped type, but this particular plant does not produce any flowers. Okay? This plant produces trailing stems which take root when they reach the ground. Okay? So, ganun siya kaganda. As you can see, mapapansin natin yung kanyang pinaka-roots. Okay? Diba? So, that's the reason why I have this one particularly. I bought this one siguro mga 2 to 3 leaves lamang. And now, as you can see, siguro mga after a month, ito na yung nagiging itsura niya. Okay? So, the only thing that we have to look into this one is we have to identify particularly ano ba yung right condition for this plant. Okay? So later on, I'm going to talk about the different things that you must be able to know in taking care of this particular Epipremnum aureum NJOY plant or Pothos N'Joy. Okay? So today we're going to have a repotting of this plant. As you can see, I put this one is actually in the plastic cups. So I better have to put this one in a very good pot para dun siya lumaki at magkaroon siya ng ibang mga branches at syempre hindi natin maalis yung kailangan niya rin ng mag-anchor yung kanyang mga roots dun sa tamang medium. Okay? So I have here, of course, the main thing is of course the pots. Remember the drainage, kailangan natin ng maayos na drainage. At syempre, ayaw naman natin yung ating plant ay magkaroon ng problema regarding with the overwatering. Okay, so it's very important that you have the right drainage for this particular plant. And also, we have to get now the potting, the soil mix. Okay, one thing for sure that you have to look into, that NJOY plant is not that choosy. Okay, about the potting mix when you planted it. Actually, this particular NJOY plant, ito ay nakalagay sa tinatawag nating clay loam type of soil. But actually, I have to remove this one from this clay loam soil kasi gusto siyang i-replace. Okay? Nung madaling namang magkaroon ng ugat o yung madaling tumubo yung ugat at dun mismo siya mag-anchor. Okay? Basta ang importante dito, the NJOY should contain or should have a good drainage. Okay? That's why I'm choosing now yung ating klase ng soil mix, which is a succulent, cactus and succulent type of soil na meron tayong available. Okay? So, importante rin kasi yun sa ating plants. Okay? Now, pothos or the NJOY pothos does not reproduce any flower, as I've told you a while ago. And of course, the growth habit for this particular plant is a vining type. So, as you can see, the vines can grow quite long but can be pruned anywhere along the stem to keep the pothos compact. Okay? Now, one of the things that you have to look also with this plant is in terms of its propagation. So, madali naman siya actually ma-propagate. How? Of course, since na absent yung kanyang tinatawag nating yung kanyang flowers. So, wala tayong makukuhang seed sa kanya. So, the only thing that we have to look into is yung kanyang cuttings. Okay? So, pinakamaganda na yung ating NJOY ay when you have the right cuttings for this plant. Okay? So, as you can see, kita nyo yung root system niya. Okay? So, naka-anchor na siya dun sa pinaka-soil natin. Okay? So, imimix lang natin to, right? And exact doon sa ating pinaka-material. Okay? So, again, cuttings is the one thing na pwede nating i-reproduce or gawin natin sa ating halaman o sa ating Pothos N'Joy. Okay? Now, in terms of the toxicity, this particular plant is, of course, all Epipremnum varieties can be toxic to our pet dogs and as well as to our cats, because if eaten or ingested. Okay? Because it contains primarily of calcium oxalate, so yun yung nagiging problema natin. Okay. Now, another thing about this particular plant is, of course, their lighting. Okay. Pothos N'Joy is adaptable to nearly any internal location that has enough light to cast a shadow. So, basta maganda yung ating available light. Of course, we could put this one, syempre, yung medyo malapit naman sa ating sa ating window. Okay? Para magkaroon naman siya ng magandang access sa light. Okay? Now, NJOY will adapt and thrive in artificial light such as office or inside our home environment. And in the home, if Pothos N'Joy is placed in or near the light source, you'll have great success in growing this particular plant. Yun naman yung kagandahan na nag-aalaga tayo ng NJOY, especially when you put this one in our near the light source. Okay? The only locations NJOY doesn't like is a long periods of hot full sun. Okay? That is why you might be able to think na hindi siya pwedeng ilagay under talaga sa araw o sa ilalim ng araw. Actually, I have one of this particular NJOY plant. Nagkakaroon tayo ng problema regarding with this one kasi nga dun sa exposure or the time of exposure niya sa araw. Nagkakaroon siya tinatawag nating sunburn. Okay? Pero, if this one is receiving the right amount of lighting or the right amount of light, maganda yung kakahinatnan. Bakit? Kasi, kung filtered siya or sabihin natin nasa ilalim siya ng mga katulad ng mga rubber plant, ng mga shrub natin na tinatago, definitely magiging maganda rin yung kanyang growth. Okay? Usually yun ang ginagawa ko dun sa mga photos ko sa garden or sa labas. Okay? Nilalagay ko siya sa ilalim ng mga malalaking mga puno or malalaking mga shrub para ma-protection na sila doon sa excessive amount of heat coming from the outside. Kaya definitely medyo nagiging maganda yung ating paglaki ng ating pothos ngayon. Okay. Now, in terms of the temperature, Pothos N'Joy yung being grown indoors. Okay, but because this particular plant, the right temperature for this plant is 10 degrees Celsius. And it generally thrive in temperature ranging from 18 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius. So, kaya nga kung ito ay ma-expose, syempre sa init ng araw, definitely, it will cause the damage ng kanyang dahon. Okay? Just be sure to maintain room temperature in the area where you're keeping this plant. This means placing it away from appliances such as the heating and air conditioning units. Safe na safe yung ating pothos. Basta ilayo nyo siya doon. Kasi nga, mukhang out of medyo hindi kasama sa range ng temperature yung makukuha niyang temperature pag nandun siya sa malapit doon sa mga bagay na katulad nun. Okay. So humidity, this plant doesn't mind low humidity level. However, it hails from a tropical climate. That's why it is fair to have a humid environment for this particular plant. For optimal growth of our NJOY, we have to maintain the humidity in the 50 to 70 range, 50 to 70% range. That's the best way na para magkaroon tayo ng maganda at lushful na klase ng ating NJOY. Okay? So in terms of the fertilizer, this particular NJOY is a light feeder. What do I mean by light feeder? Ibig sabihin, it can do without a fertilizer. Okay? Pero syempre, tayo we like to put this one in rich in nutrients and so on and so forth. Pero syempre, we have to support ang ating pothos ng konting nutrients if we think na yung ating nilagay na soil medium ay wala talaga makukuha. But definitely, we have to feed the plant either monthly or bi-monthly to boost its growth and ensure that the fertilizer you use is intended for houseplants only. Okay? So yun ang pinakamaganda natin gawin. So basic care for this one, Pothos N'Joy is about the easiest plant there to grow. Okay? Kahit anong klaseng, kahit wala ka man lang green thumb. Okay? So still you can still grow yung tinatawag nating NJOY Pothos. Okay? Now, how about the problem na pwede nating encounter in growing this particular pothos? Of course, one of those things is stunted growth. So, syempre, nag-aalaga tayo ng halaman and we really identify kung may problema if our plant is not growing. There are several reasons why your NJOY can experience stunted growth. Okay? It could be because of nutrient deficiency, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, pero madali siyang solusyonan. You just have to put some of those material na magsusupport sa nutrients niya. Or insects or pest infestations or maliit or konti lamang yung light na nakukuha niya. So we have to identify primarily yung problema na yun. So that's the best thing that we can do para masolusyonan natin yung stunted growth ng ating pothos. Okay? Now, next, brown spots. Okay, so sa brown spot, there are two things that you have to consider. Unang-una, if you have overwatered the pothos. Pag overwatered yung pothos, definitely you could see some brown spots. Okay? At the same thing also, if that particular plant or this particular pothos does not receive or maybe it receives too much amount naman ng tinatawag nating light or exposure sa light. Okay? So it will cause, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, burn or tinatawag nating leaf burns. Okay? So whereas the plant will turn brown kasi nga masyado exposure niya sa ilalim ng araw. Okay? So if this is the cause, you have to move away yung ating NJOY dun sa tinatawag nating partially shaded area. Now, kung ang cause naman natin ay yung overwatering, we should reduce watering frequency. Okay, pabayaan lang natin siya. It will definitely come up to its particular strength uli. Okay? Now, bacterial wilt diseases, of course, this condition mainly arise at the node rooting stages. Ibig sabihin nun, dun sa in-between niya, makikita natin yung pag-brown nung kanyang material. Okay? Ang tawag dito, ang bacterial wilt disease ay tinatawag nating Ralstonia solarium bacteria, which cause definitely 100% propagation loss. Okay? If this disease strikes, the leaves will start to droop, tapos the veins in stems and leaves will turn to black. And hindi natin siya masisave. Kaya, if in case you're able to observe such manifestation of the Ralstonia solarium bacteria, the only thing that you have to do is to cut it out and throw it away or burn it away. Okay? So, yun para ma-resolve natin yung ating problema. And of course, the last thing that kailangan natin gawin doon, after cutting those things, we have to repot immediately. Okay? Of course, we have before we repot, we have to disinfect the whole plant. Okay? Para hindi siya lalong magkaroon ng problema. Okay? So I think I'm done with our repotting, our NJOY. Okay? So, as you can see, I do believe na we have done justice dun sa ating NJOY plant. Siguro, lalaki na siya at dadami na rin siya. Okay? So, mapapansin natin yan yun. Okay? Napakaganda niya. Actually, I have kept two of those things. So, ito yung aking dalawang cuttings. As you can see, nagpa-propagate na rin ako kahit paano. Okay? It stays primarily sa ilalim ng mga malalaking shrub. Okay? Also, aside from potting, pwede nyo kasi itong ilagay din syempre doon sa tinatawag nating hanging plant. That's why I have this one. Okay. Okay, as you can see in this one, babasin natin yung browning ng leaves. Yan ang sinasabi ko sa inyo. This particular part, yan, that is because of overexposure sa araw. So, I think that's all, folks. You're watching Planting with Ep and Grace. Please watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to make some comments, suggestions, or anything that you would like us to know. And of course, you may add to your list our Epi page sa Maria Gracia at ang Lihim na Hardin. See you again next time for another fruitful time na pag-uusap natin about our beloved plants. Thank you and goodbye!
September we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone. And I had control in the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned, now I'm up all night.